Welcome back to WKYT Mid-Morning. God's Pantry Food Bank distributes more than 41 million pounds of food to those experiencing food insecurity in central and eastern Kentucky.
And right now they're hosting a virtual food drive for tornado victims in western Kentucky. And joining us this morning to tell us more, we have Halligan and Danielle Bozarth, both from God's Pantry Food Bank. And we appreciate you for being here and for everything you're doing. We know you're busy, and we talked about the fact that it's been a huge year for God's Pantry. We've had so many disasters, and you all have stepped up in a big way.
Tell us about the virtual food drive that you guys are doing.
So one of the things that we do, God's Pantry Food Bank is part of Feeding Kentucky, the State Association of Food Banks, and Feeding America, the National Hunger Relief Organization. And our sister food bank in western Kentucky, Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland, they are in the middle of the disaster area. There's 23 counties that were affected. There's actually a food bank in Paducah, or in Mayfield, that was destroyed. And they are doing fundraising, so we're directing folks to that virtual food drive. You can go to their website, feedingkentuckyky.org, or if folks would like to donate through God's Pantry Food Bank, you can do that securely online at godspantry.org. Click on the donate button, and in the donation form where you securely donate, just state Western Kentucky disaster response, and we'll make sure that those funds are directed to the right place.
We've been hearing from a lot of officials that money is really what they need right now. Is that true with you guys, or are you still accepting food donations as well?
Want me to do that?
Sure.
So money right now is critically important, particularly in western Kentucky. You know, you've all seen on the media and the fundraiser that you're doing here at WKYT, millions of dollars coming into western Kentucky, some through organizations like ours and many, many others that are doing great work. That's the most important thing right now. One way to think about a disaster, there's really three phases. The immediate 24 to 48 hours, it's rescue. It's making sure that people are safe and secure. Then there's relief. It's getting all the infrastructure in place and all of the product ready to go. And then there's recovery, which will take months, years, even decades for some households. And that's the long-term support that's going to be so critically important to get the 23 counties impacted by these storms back up on their feet.
And Danielle, talk with us a little bit about the donors in central Kentucky. Have you seen them wanting to help out neighbors in western Kentucky?
Yes, absolutely. We've received lots of calls. We've directed them to the website to donate, and yes, there's been an overwhelming support for the households and families in western Kentucky.
And on the ground, what are you seeing out there? I mean, and you're behind the scenes a lot of the times in situations like this.
So a lot of what happens, and Danielle, chime in here a little bit, we are getting information from Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland, who is doing the needs assessment and understanding what the product is that's necessary, what the support is that's necessary. Danielle, you can talk a little bit about some of the things that we're doing.
Yeah, so through the member food banks with Feeding Kentucky, I mean, like Mike said, we've just been assessing everything and trying to support the food pantries and meal programs in western Kentucky as much as we can. The Purchase Area Development District Food Bank was destroyed due to the storms, so right now, God's Pantry Food Bank, we're storing, handling product for them here in Lexington, so they can we could truck it back to them when they need it. Because, like Mike said, this is going to be a long process. So we're doing a lot of storage and handling to help them out. So,
all right, we'll visit godspantryfoodbank.org to make donations there, and thank you for coming in and talking about it with us.
Well, and thank you for taking a couple minutes this morning to help get the word out to the public. You know, it's such a tragic event, and like you said earlier, we've been dealing with a pandemic. We dealt with flooding and ice storms last winter, and now we've got you know, the tornadoes and the devastation there. That's enough, right? Let's get through these things, and then we'll address other issues as they emerge down the road. But the viewers have been such phenomenal supporters, and we are so grateful for that support.
Well, thank you for everything you do as well.